Hello and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day. Hope you're doing well. So let's say today's problem find all triplets with zero sum. Okay, so what the problem is saying is we'll be given an array. Okay, and we want to find out all possible triplets I, J, K. These are the indices. Okay, in the array whose sum of elements is equal to zero. Okay, so let's quickly see what the problem is saying is. So this is the given array, and we want to find the triplet indices whose sum of the elements is equal to 0. So what are those triplets? Let's quickly see. So one triplet is 0, 1, and 4. So these are the indices 0, 1, and 4. If you add the elements on these indices, then what it comes out to, for example, 0, then minus 1, right? And then plus 1. Okay, we want to add the elements basically. Okay, so the sum is 0 here. Okay. Another triplet is 2, 3, 4. So these are the indices again. So 2, 3, and 4. Right. So let's add the elements at these indices plus 1, which comes out to be 0. Okay. And if you see, these indices are also, they should be sorted among each other. Okay. It shouldn't be the case that you return like this 104 or 324 like this, right? These also, the indices should also be sorted among each other. Okay. So now, okay. So this is the ask. I hope you have got the ask. Now let's quickly see the naive approach. So what will be the naive approach? So what we can do is we can have three for loops int I equal to 0 to n minus 2. Okay. Then third for loop will be j equal to I plus 1 to n minus 1. Right. Third for loop will be k equal to j plus 1 to n. Right. And simply we can check inside if r of I plus r of j plus r of k, if it equals 0, so we have found a triplet. We'll sort these indices, right, I, j, k, among each other, and then we'll add into the resultant list or vector. Okay, so this will solve your problem, but this is going to take what? O of n cube. Okay, O of n cube time complexity because of the three for loops, right? So I want to see whether we have better approach than this, right? Okay, so let's quickly see the better approach here. Okay, so before going into the expected approach, I'll request you to please subscribe to the channel, like the video. Okay, I'll try to make it very easy for you. So what going to do here is we are going to have a map. Okay, key and value. Okay, of key and value. So key will be the sum of the pairs. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to have two for loops here. For example, for I equal to 0 to n minus 1, and for j equal to I plus 1 to n. So what we'll do here is, let's not write the code here. So let me explain through this. Okay. So I will be here, right? And j will start from here. Okay. Where whatever is I, j starts from I plus 1. Okay. So what are you going to do? You're going to take the sum of these elements, right? So what is the sum of these elements? 0 minus 1, right? Which turns out to be minus 1. So what we're going to do, we're going to add this sum minus 1 into the map as a key and the indices, right? And the indices of this minus 1. So which is what? 0 and 1, right? 0 and 1. Okay. So value is the list of indices, right? Having some, whatever is the sum, right? For example, minus 1. So minus 1 is found that a minus 1 has two pairs of indices. One is 0 and 1, another is 3 and 4. Okay. So we'll add all these indices, right? Having the same sum. Okay. As a value. Okay. Now let's quickly see. Then we'll increment our j. J will point here. So 0 plus 2, right? 0 plus 2, which is 2, we'll add in the uh, uh, this map. Okay, we'll add in the map. Okay, so 2 we have added, and what are the indices? 0, comma 2, right? Then we'll increment our j again. J will point here, right? J will point here. So 0 minus 3. Again, what is the sum? It is minus 3. So we will add 0, 3, right? 0, 3. Then j is incremented again. So 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1, which is 1. Let's add into the map. Okay, which is 0 comma 1 2 3 4, 0 comma 4. Okay, now we'll increment our I will point here, and as I said, j will start from I plus 1. So j will point here. Okay. Now I'm going to check minus 1 plus 2, which is what? Which is 1. Okay. So do we have this sum in the map? Yes, we are already having this sum in the map, right? We are already having this sum in the map. So we'll just add the indices now. Okay, add the index, the new index. For example, what are the new pair of indices? So I is 1 and j is 2, right? So we have added that. Now let's increment j again. J is here. So minus 1, minus 3, which turns out minus 4. So we'll add minus 4 here, minus 4. Okay, let me have this line here, minus 4, right? So 1 comma 0, 1, 2, 3. So 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3, right? Then let's increment our j again. J is pointing here now. So minus 1 plus 1, right? Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. So we'll check whether 0 is there in the map. No, it is not there. Let's add 0. And what will be the indices? 1 comma 4, right? Now again, we'll increment our I. Now I will point here, right? I will point here. Okay. Let me erase this. Okay, let me point I now here. I will point here and j will start from here. So 2 minus 3, which becomes minus 1. So we'll check this minus 1. Is it part of map? Yes, it is part of map. So we'll add the indices. What are the indices? So what is the index of I? 0, 1, 2. 2, 2 comma 3, right? 2 comma 3. Then, okay, then we'll increment our j. J will point here. So, okay, so 2 comma 1, right? 2 comma 1. Sorry. Yeah, 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, which comes out to be 3, right? 2 plus 1, which comes out to be 3. So we'll check. No, it is not there. We'll add this sum, right? Into the map. 3, right? 3, comma, comma. What is I? I is 2 and 4. 2 comma 4. So in this way, I won't now go and check off for all the pairs. In this way, first, the step is to calculate the sum, okay, and add those pairs of indices into the map. Okay, so let's quickly code. Okay, so before going to the code, we'll just code step by step, okay, so that you'll understand better. So we'll take as discussed. First of all, let's take n, int n equal to array dot length. Okay, then for int I equal to 0, I less than n minus 1, I plus plus. Okay, for int j equal to I plus 1, j is less than n plus plus j, right? Map of integer comma will take list of int array. So what does this mean is, so this int array, right? It represents the pair of indices. That is, there will be two indices, and we can have multiple indices having same sum, right? And that is why it is list. Okay. So let's take map equal to new hash map will take. Okay. Now what we're going to check? Let's have the sum array of I plus array of j. Okay. Now we're going to check in the map. If it contains map.contains key, if this sum is not there, right? This sum is not there, then just add map.put sum comma new array list. We'll say, just be with me. We are adding an empty array list. Okay, then what we are doing? We are adding this sum. Sorry, get sum. Now this will return empty array list, right? And we'll add uh the pair of indices, right? Which is I comma j, right? So this is done. So we have added the sum and the indices, right? And the pair of indices. Okay. And the pair of indices into the map. Okay. Now, once done, what we're going to do is we're going to use a simple formula. For example, what we want here is array of I, right? Array of I plus array of j plus array of k, right? Let me erase this. Okay. Yeah. So what we want is arr of I plus arr of j plus arr of k, right? Arr of k equal to 0. The the triplets, basically. The sum of the three elements should be 0, right? Now, can we write this equation like this also? Arr of I equal to arr of j, and this will 0 minus arr of k, right? Arr of k, which is again minus arr of k, right? Minus arr of k. Okay, minus arr of k. Now, if you know, right? So in the step one, we have added this sum, right? Arr of this sum, the sum of elements at I and j, right, into the map. Okay, okay, okay. Now our job will be, for example, since arr of I equal to minus arr of k, right? So what we are going to do here is, now we are going to iterate through the array. Okay, we are going to iterate through the array, and this, for example, if there is such sum, for example, so this should be, if this is present, if this is present in the map, if this is present in the map, right? Okay, that means we have found a triplet. Okay, that means we have found a triplet, right? Since we have ingested or inserted this arr of I plus arr of j, right, into the map, That's what we have done. Now we are going to iterate through the array, and we are going to find this particular, right, minus arr of k, right, minus arr of k into the map. If we found this particular element, that means we have found a triplet. We can say that, right, according to this equation, right? So that's what we're going to do now. So what we're going to do, int k, we're going to have equal to 0, k less than um, n plus plus k, right? And then what? Let's take this into a variable called remainder minus arr of k, right? We can say this, right? According to this, minus arr of k. We want to search minus arr of k into the map. So if map dot contains key remainder, we have found a triplet. So what are we going to do? List of will fetch all the pair of indices, right? Pairs equal to map dot get remainder, right? So I'll show the C++ code as well. Pose this. Okay. Now we got the pairs. Now what are we going to do? We are going to, let's have the set as well. Why set? Because we want the distinct triplets, right? The distinct triplets we want. So result set equal to new as set will say. Okay. And then what are we going to do? Let's iterate the pairs, right? And this should not be the same indices, right? P0 should not be equal to K. I mean, all the indices, all the three indices, I, J, and K should be distinct, right? Should be distinct. Okay. So that's what we are doing here. Okay. P0 holds ith index, and P1 holds jth index. So we are checking all the three indices should be unique. P0 and P1, I and J, they're already unique because we have taken care in that way, right? We added I and J were never equal. Okay, I and J were never equal. Okay. So let's quickly, now what we're going to do is, we will let's hold this in list integer. Let's call them triplets. Arrays as list. Let's add I, that is P of 0, J, sorry, 1, and K, right? So these are our triplets. We also want to sort among them, right? Collection dot sort triplets. And then what are we going to do? Since we have found a triplet, we'll add into a resultant set. I've already told why we are using resultant set, because why we are using set, because we want to have unique triplets, right? Because it may be the case that we are iterating this twice. For example, if 0, 1, 2, these were the indices. Again, we may come across 0, 1, 2, right? Somehow, for example, if we had come like this, 0, 2, 1, okay, after sorting, it will look like 0, 1, 2 only, right? So that is why we are using result set, so that we'll get unique uh, list of elements. Okay, so we are added in the result set. And finally, since we want to return list of list, right? So what are we going to do? Array list. Okay, and then we'll pass this result set into this, right? So this is it. Let me compile this. We'll also discuss the time complexity. So I hope you've got, let me see what is the issue here. Hash map. Then cannot be. Oh, my bad. I think this should be list. Let's compile this. Okay. Let's submit it. We'll also discuss the time complexity. So time complexity here is for the complete solution, it is O of n square, the maximum, because we are having two for loops here, right? So we are solving this problem in O of n square, and we are also using the extra space, right? Extra space. Okay. So this is it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's quickly see the C++ code as well. Sorry. So as a C++ code, here we are taking the set, right? Okay. And internal it is vector of int. Then we are taking another map, which is sum and the list of pair of indices, right? And what we are doing here is we are pushing r of I plus r of j, right? The sum of the pairs I and j. Okay. And we are pushing the indices I and j. Okay. The sum is the key and the value is a vector of indices, we can say. Okay. Then what we're doing here is we are now, as I discussed, right? Minus r of k. This can be, I mean, if this could have been k, you would have understood, like, from readability perspective, you would have understood better, but you can consider that. Okay. So here, remainder, right? Now, if we find the remainder in the map, that means we have found the triplet, right? And then what we are doing here is we are fetching the pairs of indices. We are iterating to the pairs, and we are making sure that no two indices are sum and triplet. Basically all the indices are unique. Okay. And then what we're doing, we are adding the current, which is a vector. We are sorting it and we are ingesting in the set. And finally, we are adding right into the resultant vector result and not the set, right? Finally, we are returning the result. Okay. So thanks for watching. I hope you've got the solution. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I wish you a very happy, healthy, wealthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.